16.1 Roles, Responsibilities and Skills of a Coach. Ashley Adamson-Edwards. The role of a motivator in coaching is a huge part of the sporting world. A motivator pushes an athlete to their potential and therefore sets a target to keep them on track. A motivator is also someone that maintains a positive and confident mindset in a player or athlete. Also, a coach could can prepare them by having the traits of being encouraging, reassuring, and optimistic. The role of a motivator in coaching brings many advantages. For example, the motivator allows an athlete or player to reach their potential because of the drive that motivator puts them through. An example of this could be when a singles tennis coach pushes a player to work harder and achieve their potential. Due to this individual sport, there is more likely a chance or more productivity between player and coach, and could potentially be in contrast to a team sport. There is still room for a player to achieve their potential, but due to a coach's motivation, but as there are so many players that the coaches to deal with, there's a less likely chance. Another advantage that a motivator brings to coaching is that when a motivator sets a target, it can keep an athlete or player to stay on track. This is because the targets provide the athlete or player to have something to work towards and therefore prevent them from not preparing as hard as they need to be for events. For example, if a 100-meter sprinter coach sets a target for an athlete to beat the fastest time after 1 week of training, this gives the athlete a goal, and if the coach keeps reinforcing this target, it can cause the athlete to be motivated to impress the coach. Also, in contrast with this short-term target, a coach could use SMART targets to increase the consistency of a player or athlete's motivation. SMART targets is the concept of a coach setting a short, medium and long-term goal. This is an advantage as an individual is always on track throughout the course of their season or year or sporting year. In addition, the role of a motivator in coaching can create a friendship between player and coach due to the past accomplishments that a player achieves because of the targets their coach sets. This could provide the player or athlete with a comfort when trying to achieve their goals and being motivated by the coach. Also, the friendship would make the player or athlete understand the style of coach's motivation, so they won't be as likely to be put off by the motivation as if they weren't friends. For example, when a golf coach sets a target which are achieved by the golf player, the accomplishment could allow friendship between the two. However, the role of a motivator could cause some disadvantages. For example, a motivator could cause demotivation due to the certain style of coach's motivation. This could be when a coach uses aggressive action like shouting to motivate a player or athlete. If the player or athlete doesn't understand this type of style, it could be off-putting and therefore cause them to leave the particular coach and take the opportunities elsewhere. Although this kind of style might only be taken out of proportion because of the context of the situation. For example, if an under-8 basketball coach started shouting at his players during a match, or an adult football coach started shouting at their players during a match, then due to the fact of the players that the players are older, they might understand this style of motivation. However, this could be in contrast to an under-8 basketball coach, where if they started shouting at their young players, then due to their age and like the context of the sport, there could be issues caused with parents, and also it would completely put off the children most likely. Another disadvantage of motivation in coaching would be if the coach pushes someone too hard and can cause an injury. This could be due to the fact that they don't know the player's ability or athlete's ability, so they make mistakes in setting targets. For example, this could happen if a cyclist coach gave a certain amount of time for the cyclist to reach the target, and due to the fact that they're trying so hard to maybe impress the coach and maybe just achieve their goals, it could push them too far over the edge and cause an injury or conflict between the cyclist and coach. Finally, the role of a coach, being a motivator, brings another disadvantage in the fact that different context of coaches or sport causes different attitudes towards motivation. This is a disadvantage as for example, in a sport like football, which is one of the most public views in the world, a motivator acting in perhaps a controversial way could create a negative representation on the sport. Whereas in a sport like handball, which is popular but doesn't get as much media attention, might not be affected as badly, and so motivating in coaching might be what is necessary, but isn't always taken as the right thing.